Loading up, loading up.
Sounds like it's about to go down there, head. Go down.
I ain't gonna give you the whole jewel. You know what it is. You know what it is. Bienvenido, mi gente. Que lo que? What's good? Welcome back, Knicks Organics Fanatics family. We appreciate y'all. We missed y'all. We know we had a week or two off. Got the kiddos in the school, so we got to do the rearranging and all of that. We appreciate y'all for checking in once again. We in that FIBA off season. You know what I'm saying? And back with the fam is my fam. My brother, my cousin, primos, we living it up, yo. Salute. I got the new Knicks back to hiding, so we'll get him in a second. Machete Mig, talk to him. Yer.
Once again, what's going on, my Knicks Nation? God bless. Happy Friday. Let's talk some Knicks. It's been a while. There's a lot to talk about.
Yes, sir. New Knicks, talk to him, brother.
Salute everybody. Mike, you talking? I'm talking.
You now.
Hey, salute everybody. Thank you for joining the Organics Fanatics show, the TOF Tough Show. Welcome home once again.
Yeah. The tough show, the tough man them. And speaking of tough man them, we got some FIBA action. There's been a couple of these are the preliminary games that we've been watching. There's I believe it's 4 or is it 5 games, Machete? I think it's 5 games or 4 game warm-ups, right? 5.
I think we already saw them beat everybody. The last person they beat was Spain, which was a fantastic game.
Yeah, so
we got another one coming up against Greece, I believe.
Yeah, so we got a 5 game exhibition game. So they play 5 games exhibition. And then we go on our way to Manila, Philippines. Yeah, salute to all my Filipinos. ¿Cómo está, cana? Appreciate all my Filipinos. My wife had Filipinos, so we got Puerto Filipinicans. You know what I mean? We're a little melting pot in this piece here, Puerto Filipinicans. ¿Cómo está, cana? We got them Filipinos out there, so it's going to be lit out there. Nobody likes basketball like Filipinos. Because if you got Filipinos, if you know them, boy, they playing in chancletas.
Yo, and you know they're all Knicks fans.
Big time, for real. If you could cross somebody over in some flip-flops, hey, you legit. You legit. You get it crossed over in chancletas, hey.
Hey, listen, I worked on the cruise ship for 26 years. And listen, them Filipinos are serious about some basketball. They are dead serious about their basketball. And Mike is right. A majority of them always gave me love and respect because I always rock this wherever I go globally.
Hey, Filipinos, we love you. Support the channel. Salute the Philippines.
Shouts out to their Filipino center. I can't recall his name right now, but he's supposed to be a little bit good.
Are you talking about the center they got? I'll find him out right now.
I forgot his name.
The Knicks had him now, and now he's in the draft. But speaking of,
the point is the Knicks in FIBA. So who was the last? We're 3-0, aren't we? We beat Spain, we beat Germany, and we beat who was the first team? Slovenia. We beat Germany, Slovenia, and Spain. So we're 3-0. Knock on wood.
3-0.
Then we got Greece tomorrow, and then we got something else. I think after that, one more game. I can't remember.
So it should be 5 games. I think that's the last game actually. The next game because we beat Greece. We just played them. So USA beat Greece 108-86.
When was this?
I believe we just played them today. So
that's why. Okay, I didn't realize it was one of the game. That was okay.
That was today, and now
I gotta get caught up.
And now we're a little turmoil because at this very moment, Canada is playing Dominican Republic. They're playing our hometown. And just so you know, Dominican Republic is up 80-72. So,
Yo,
and
you got that squad right there. Platanos.
I'm
Sorry,
not
RJ.
I haven't started from the beginning, so I don't know if they're playing their starters or who's really playing. So if you see me staring off here to the side, I'm watching it in mute, just looking at the score, because we DR all the way, baby. We bleed la sangre. We got sancocho in our veins. All right. So speaking
So
of,
I couldn't pull it up. What were the stats? What was the score today against Greece? What happened?
So
I haven't seen anything. I just count for
USA beat Greece a body bag. I mean, we put them in a body bag. We zipped them up. We toe tagged them. It was 86-108.
no Giannis.
Huh? Yeah, it was a body bag.
No Giannis.
I don't think he played. I didn't get a really look at the score. I've been running around doing family stuff, but somebody will chime in here. I don't think he really played out there because if not, he would have had some kind of impact. I think he's still kind of recovering. They're waiting till the actual, not the exhibition games. But we beat them 108 to 86. Jalen Brunson had 9 points and 7 assists. So he's been very efficient with his game plan. He's been on a whole other level. So that was that game. And then USA versus Spain. Jalen Brunson went off. He's been dominating. Jalen Brunson had 22 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists against Spain. So that was a very good game that we played. Of course, we zipped up and body bagged Puerto Rico. Jalen Brunson had 11 points and 12 rebounds. USA versus Slovenia without no Luka. Luka sat out that game. Weird. He was scared to get body bagged. But we beat Slovenia 92-62. Jalen Brunson had 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 8 assists. The boy was cooking. And then 3 games. So we were up 3 games to OB before that. So, and what we've been looking at, which I'll talk a little bit about that, but Nick, the USA team is very balanced. If they're not the superstar teams like what you've been looking at before with the LeBrons, with the Carmelo Anthonys and all these super elite players, but all their players are very good and very well balanced, which kind of reminds me of our New York Knicks team currently. If you're looking at our New York Knicks team, nobody stands out as a superstar, but a lot of us, the team that we didn't get home runs on this draft, but our team is very well balanced. Would you see?
Wait, are you comparing the Knicks to the USA?
Yeah, I am. I said it. Yeah.
You got a fever? You okay?
No, I said it.
My guy, we have, bro. I mean, yes, it's not LeBron. Yes, it's not KD, Carmelo Anthony, Kobe Bryant. But, bro, you can't. These guys are top level talent in the NBA. We don't have top level talent on the Knicks like that. Everybody's getting and might get to their peak, but you can't compare Team FIBA USA to the New York Knicks. Even though I would listen, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm always. You can put the Knicks against the world. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go with the Knicks versus the world. You know what I mean? But RJ Barrett is no what's the kid's name that's playing guard with, got a brain fart. With Jalen Brunson.
Oh, you talking about Anthony Edwards?
Yeah, RJ Barrett's no Anthony Edwards. IQ ain't no Anthony Edwards. Grimes is not Bridges. Like, come on, this top tier talent, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What you gotta say?
I love my squad.
Hey man, I get my fucking phone. Look. Nah, what Dwight's saying is that I think the way they're working in conjunction with each other is what we have now. Like the way they're running right now. I think
Okay,
is the way that
agree with.
Russ is going to have the Knicks playing. He's not saying that this team compared to the LeBrons and KD and them, this is
No,
like these guys aren't
no,
that
no,
those
no,
top
no.
tier
But
players. But wait a minute, what I'm saying is also I like this group of guys. I'll tell you why. They're not a bunch. They don't seem to be a bunch of prima donnas like we had the last time. The KDs and the Kyries and the fucking LeBron, whoever the fuck else was in there, a bunch of prima donnas. These guys, the last time we had guys in there who want to play for the U.S. team, for us to win the world was when Kobe was there. And now we got somebody with that kind of mentality that wants to go out there and not win because for selfish reasons, because numbers or whatever, but they're going out there playing together. They're trying to make it work. They're trying to fit. And that's what we got going on. We got guys who are fitting better and that we're trying to make it work. We want to win for the team.
no,
Like iHeart. Like
yeah,
Hartenstein, man. Hartenstein out there trying to be selfish with the numbers and anything like that. He's going for the hustle ball. He's trying to get us the rebound, get us the ball and passing. He's trying to make the team work together, which is what we got, which is only sharpening Brunson's skill
no,
when it comes to that. I see him
no.
passing more with the feet team.
I
I
could.
think it's
All
opening.
right,
He
I
ain't gonna be
could.
the same Brunson he was last year. He ain't gonna be so selfish with the ball. Watch.
Yeah, I could agree with the fact that they do for each other, like Team FIBA, USA. I could agree with that, but to compare player on player and the level of players where they're
Ain't
at
nobody can play.
right
Ain't
now.
nobody competing. Ain't nobody competing player on
No,
player.
no, no, no. That's what I said. If we're speaking of playing together and playing for each other as the Knicks do, yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's
This
what
I
one.
isn't.
do agree
This
with that.
isn't
And also, Steve Kerr is definitely, putting Brunson in charge because he's a winner. And
bro. Steve Kerr. Steve
I
Kerr.
don't have no doubt that Jalen Brunson will win gold for FIBA. He wins everywhere he goes.
I think what they're trying to do with this FIBA team, Steve Kerr and all these coaches, they're trying to build a serious. They realize these European ballers, these guys out there, they're out there, they're balling, man. Because we're even recruiting them. The European guys, soon to be the Chinese guys, they're reaching out there trying to get and recruit African guys. I see a lot of names like that in the NBA. Well, and the NBA now is international. So these guys out here now are playing these FIBA games like if it was a World Cup soccer game, the same seriousness. Like those ballers out there, that meant they have that mentality. So we need to have guys that don't have diva mentalities and think they're the shit. I mean, we had an all-star, a mega all-star squad, and we got fucking beat the last time. That's embarrassing, dude. Because why? Because for whatever reason, why? But this Steve Kerr now, these guys are trying to assemble a long-lasting. This is what Dry's trying to say. What are we building in the Knicks? A long-lasting
Sustainable winner.
the stable, and that's what we're trying to do with the FIBA team. And then starting with Brunson, because if they could do it with him on the FIBA team, and like Philip said, and win gold and bring that energy to New York, and it'll be good also for the Nets too, because you're talking about we got four guys who are on the New York. We got two in the Knicks and two in the Nets. You know what I'm saying? That would be great for the city. So I'm rooting for them all the way. Let's go with Knicks. Let's go FIBA.
Yeah, and what I was saying is just comparing of how they're playing, not talent for talent. Although the talent we got is really good, but how we assembled the New York Knicks. If you look, we did. Yeah, we were trying to get the top tier talent, but it wasn't available. We're not going for broke. We're not risking our future. We're not gambling all our players. We're not getting rid of everybody to try to get this one superstar talent. And each person that we assemble to our team is a winner, has the drive, wants to play not only for New York, has the ambition, and they're driven to play the right way. And that's how, just as Machete was saying, that how they assembled this team for Team USA. They assembled hungry people, the next wave of players, the people who are winners, who have that right mentality, who want to play basketball the right way, as Machete was saying, not these prima donnas or people just for stats and numbers and for fame that they love
Yo,
pay for the game.
sorry, do I mean, did you see that? Did you see that Spain? Did you see Spain play? Did you see Germany play?
Yeah.
Those guys, the majority of those guys, they got a sprinkle of NBA players. So those aren't all those aren't professional teams. The thing about them that they're so good, Spain, the reason Spain is so good with just what they got maybe two or three NBA players in there is, and the rest of them are, I'm calling them scrubs, but they're not NBA level. But the reason Spain is so good is because they have that cohesiveness. They got that wanting
Yeah,
to
but
share the ball and play fundamental basketball that these Americans have moved away from. We have the
no, but
physicality,
Mike,
we have the athletes, but we just have the ego that goes along with all that shit, and that's ruining basketball. I think
I
these
mean
guys aren't playing
that's
team
true,
ball.
but the way, but the thing is with these teams that we're playing in FIBA, which was said on our last pod, is that a lot of these players are professional at the age of 14, 15 years old, and not only that, they've been playing together for their country for numerous of years. So what has them going is the consistency and the
History.
like, you know what I mean, the unity,
The
because they all
consistency,
know
that's the
each other.
word.
That, yeah,
That's
but
the
they
perfect
know
word.
each
The
other. They know
consistency.
that, but they play with each other for so long. They're gonna know where this guy's at. They're gonna know where. You understand what I'm saying? So they've been playing for so long. You know, is like not
But but but
Jalen Brunson. All these guys haven't played together. This is their first time together ever. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why FIBA has an edge over the United States.
But even with that, we still body bagged them in almost
No,
every
no.
game.
Yeah, they
Even
did.
with that, imagine when they get the chemistry locked down.
almost that Spanish game was close. It was close in sometimes, but we still blew them out by 10.
Yeah, I mean, and that Spain was ranked number one, so it's not like it was just
Yeah.
a regular team. Spain is ranked number one. They're the number one in their
They,
league, in their league out
and,
there.
and they had almost a home court advantage because they had a bunch of people rooting
How
for them out there.
They're playing in
how
Spain. Yeah,
much how much did we beat Spain by?
we beat
10.
by 10 points, and it was closer than it should have been. But Spain,
It was a
And
close game. It was a really good
Germany?
game
And Germany, how much did we win by? Because
by like
I
20. We beat them by we was like 30, 20, and then 10.
okay. Yeah, my bad. I haven't been on top of the games. I've been scrambling.
Yo, you're missing. There's some. It's some fun, exciting, close. That Spain game was close. I was trying to catch the France. France beat. What the fuck were they playing the other day? I was trying to see how what Evan Fournier looked like. He can still shoot it, but he still doesn't play any defense.
We played France already?
hey,
No,
real quick. Dominican Republic 90, Canada 86. Dominican Republic is at the free throw line. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
and from what I understand, the Dominican team they have their coach was a very famous coach. Shay, I forget his name, and he was a Venezuelan coach that won him 4 World Cups. He's like this
Hey,
brilliant FIBA coach,
sorry.
and he's coaching our guys who are only playing. I think it's just Anthony Towns. I don't even think we have Al Hartford up there. We don't even have
Yeah,
Theo.
I was gonna ask that. Did I see Carl Anthony Towns playing for DR?
Yeah, he's gonna
Yeah,
be the DR.
yeah, he's playing.
I don't
They
think DR.
can't.
I don't think DR is really playing a lot of
Okay.
the main players to the exhibition. I
They
really
have a
can't.
scrappy team. The Dominicans have a scrappy team and a very good, well coached scrappy team.
Yeah,
They're giving everybody a handful.
Carl Anthony Towns is in the game. He's got 5 fouls, but he is playing. They got Gene Montero, also who was the Nick that we played.
Nice.
So they
Yeah,
got a good squad.
and the Canadians don't have Murray for some reason. I think they might be resting him. You don't want to overexert him because he was already, and he's injury prone. Jamal Murray, as good as he is. You don't want to risk, wearing him out. Because these guys, they're playing these games and they're going to get worn out, man. A little bit. They're going to get a little bit. So this is what I wanted to go into, because.
Hey,
Go
I
ahead,
wanted
bro.
to say something real quick before you said that. Mike, you was absolutely right. I was wrong. This FIBA is definitely working out in the advantage of the players with elevating their skills, and I can see results. Especially with RJ's choice of shots, his 3 points. The same thing with
Think
Brunson. The
about the
same,
importance of the game. This game is more, I don't know, it's just a new generation, but we used to take a lot of pride going into the Olympics and playing against the world. Just like these Latin American teams, European teams take pride in their soccer leagues. We used to take real pride about winning the Olympics. We're the #1 team.
Hey,
And
DR1 and DR1. DR just beat Canada. Yeah. All right.
wow, that's what's up. Sorry, RJ.
De lo mío, we did it. All
Que
right.
lo que
The Dominicans.
ain't. Sorry, RJ.
We had to do it. We're Dominican squad. We got to rep our people. So 94-89, Dominican Republic won. I don't got all the stats, but they took an L. It looks like they weren't playing RJ too much. Looks like RJ was resting, but we'll get some more. So we'll talk about that on Sunday and what happened today. But anyway, you were saying Machete, that you wanted to get into what?
We only have two guys in there. Who we got? We got Jay Hart and we got Brunson. All these guys playing right now. This is 6 weeks of running, right? Really running up and down the court, playing really hard for your team. This is gonna wear them out in the long run if we're gonna make it all the way, because they're talking about we might go all the way past the EFC. I ain't trying to jinx it, but we might go the long haul. And if that's gonna be, and then the schedule came out. We got 13 back-to-backs. The first half of the year is supposed to be heavy for us, but then it'll get a little easier, which will be good if we do extend it past the regular season. But this will also play into probably IQ getting more minutes. If
That's what I was
Brunson
just about to say.
if Brunson's getting worn down and we're gonna rest him or we're gonna need to rest him, I think that is going to be very important for IQ when it comes to the schedule. Depending on the schedule, how heavy it is, or who we're playing on the back-to-backs, he's going to get more minutes and a lot of more show time than he did
Yeah, you
last
gotta
year.
you gotta remember that these kids got like one more year under Tibbs. That means one more year of confidence of Tibbs letting our main players, even though Tibbs is not known for that, but you gotta know that with more years under the belt with Tibbs, you should be a more reliable player and elevating your skills. You know what I mean? So Tibbs should see all of that. Tibbs is out there. Tibbs is out there in FIBA looking at the games. I think I've seen him courtside a few times from the internet. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but you also got Steve Kerr too. So Steve Kerr, they got Jeff Van Gundy. They got a good staff. They're not going to run the players into the ground. They got way enough talent. There's going to be games that they'll like. If you look at some of the games, there was only when they were playing Spain, like their top competitors, did Jalen Brunson go all in. That's when he had his 22 points, 5 assists. Against Puerto Rico, they just trying to find the right spots and like make sure the team's balanced. So everybody scored, I think, when they played almost every game. So they're doing a good job of balancing the players, moving them around, giving other players touches. Cam Johnson starting the ball. I mean, the main scorers is Jaren Jackson Jr., which I told you is their center. Great defender from Memphis. He's probably their best defender out there. Anthony Edwards balling. He's probably been the top scoring leader out of 2 out of the 4 games. And Jalen Brunson. So they're playing even. They ain't doing the Thibodeau that they're riding Jalen Brunson to the end. They got Tyrese Halliburton as his backup. Tyrese Halliburton has been balling. I think he had 12 assists in 1 game. So that was my point. They're very evenly built. So they're not going to be heavily relying on one player. It's even across the board. So I don't think the wear out's going to be that much on the players. You know what I mean? You know, it's going to give them good experience. You called it on that as far as experience, what they're going to be able to bring to. So Jalen Brunson's been looking phenomenal. Josh Hart seen too much, so hopefully
he's looking great. You should feel if you could try to catch the games just to even the fucking ones that play just to see how fucking great he looks, dog. Right?
Well, what? Yeah, what I'm hearing a lot from what I'm seeing pop up on my timeline is that I think somebody said Josh Hart was one of the best players on the team.
It was Anthony Edwards. They were asking him who does he think is
Facts.
the best player there, and it wasn't that the best player skill wise, but that he says he's basically given energy 120% at all times. So he's always running on and off the court. He said he's the most consistent. So every time he comes, every time you see him, he's giving 120, whether he's getting the water, whether he's talking to people in practice. So he's the most consistent. He's the energy guy. That's what we saw when we got him last year. And that's what we're going to see this year when he's with us, for sure. Oh, here we go. We got our welcome back, our boy Johnny Harris. Knicks are trash. He said Brunson can't guard a parked car. So yeah, Brunson's he definitely can't. He can't guard, but we don't need him to guard. We need him to score and dish, facilitate the ball. So Brunson's been on a roll. He's definitely. A lot of people have taken notice of him. That's a big thing. So a lot of coaches been talking about Jalen Brunson. You hear in the games the announcers talking about Jalen Brunson. So his leadership is definitely starting to show. His ability to score and facilitate and take over when he wants to. So I think that's going to play over this year, whether he's going to be in the all-star status. I think he does make all-star. I'm hoping so. I think his skill set should definitely get into that all-star status. He's been playing phenomenal. Any thoughts you got, Machete, on Jalen Brunson? I don't know if he's looking at stats.
Sorry, I was looking at stats. Yo, he's been playing out his mind, man. I'm only worried. I hope he doesn't get injured. You know, he's still a small guy out there with 6'2". He can body up guys, you know, for all the small point guards. You know, we're lucky that he's that tough. He's like that. Like he reminds me of like CP3, man. You know, like he's tough, like a bulldog.
Where Sports Fan Pronto, who's in the chat, was giving me a little bit of grief because I was saying that's where I would like him to be, and y'all was comparing, agreeing with that.
It could become that. It could become that. You know, CP3 has a great history behind him, but he's still a leader, man. He's still. I think. I don't know if Brunson would be that kind of guy that'll get in your ass and be an asshole and have that kind of bad relationship with players, because he's that kind of tough, getting your ass type guy. CP3. I don't know if Brunson has that kind of personality. He's more like he leads by example. You know what I mean?
I think
he's smaller, smallest guy in the court, and he'll score on your ass, man. You know what I mean? He's tough. He uses his body. He's like a little football player. He's like a little linebacker down in there. And so we're lucky that he's tough like that, and I hope he doesn't get hurt. But this is a really good experience all around, you know, just, you know, learning to pass the ball and share the ball and know when to score, and then also let his help his teammates with assists, because assist numbers have been decent too, right?
Yeah, he's been. I mean, his averages, like he was like at 5 assists in Dallas. With New York, he's at 7.5 to 8, and that's where I think Sports Fan Pronto was talking about. I'd love to see it. I don't think it's going to be hard for him to get a 10. He's averaging 7.5, 8 rebounds. I mean, 8 assists a game. I apologize. So that's what I'm saying. 2 alley-oops.
He's averaging 8.5 assists right now, FIBA.
7.5 to 8 for the Knicks.
Decent.
Right now.
That's decent.
So you telling me he can't get 2 alley-oops a night with Mitch? Another assist.
Yo, that's like CP averages about 7 or 8 assists a night.
Nah, he was averaging 10 assists a game, bro. He's a double machine. He averaged 10 assists his first career. And
Jalen Brunson is the closest thing we got.
We get Grimes to hit his shots when he gets the ball and not hesitate on it. Is going to be a good thing. So I think Jalen Brunson hits all-star this year. Go ahead.
But not just Jalen Brunson on that squad. You know, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, you know, Josh Hart, all those other guys that got in there. Avery, what's his name? The guy from LA, Avery, I want the
Talking about
shooter,
Brandon Ingram? No, I'm talking. My bad.
Brandon Ingram. All
Reeves.
those guys are balling out. I'm talking about the white boy.
Reeves.
Yeah, Reeves. Yeah, balling out. We got a good squad. They seem like they're having a lot of fun. They're building a special bond. This is great. If they could do it now, you know, hopefully we'll have this squad. Hopefully they won't alter this squad. If we could do it and win right now with this squad, hopefully we'll go in with these guys in the Olympics and get the real gold in the Olympics next year.
Salute to the chat. Harris saying it's a free vacation in summer camp for the Knicks. CP3 doesn't have a perm. Oh my God. But he is saying that that's because Jalen Brunson has shooters in FIBA. Knicks have 0 shooters. That is helping that he's able to get assists because they do have shooters. Cam Johnson's a shooter. Mikal Bridges is a shooter. Brandon Ingram's a scorer. So he definitely has better talent shooting wise. But he can get a couple of alley-oops to Mitch. I think Grimes has a breakout season this year. He's definitely due. And I don't know if we'll take Tyler Hero. I don't know. That's too much money. We good on Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero's too fragile, man. He's just too fragile, dude.
He's one-dimensional. He's not that great.
Hey, one thing I wanted to say about FIBA, the players aren't the only one that's growing. I think Tibbs is out there watching and absorbing and seeing how he could upgrade his mentality, his game plans, and his schemes, you know, and probably apply to what Steve Kerr is doing.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
So that's a good take. That's
Exactly. A fucking Jeff Van Gundy and Steve Kerr are out there showing him what they could do with Brunson. Look what we can do with him. This is what you need to be doing with him. You know, we're not trying to give you the formula or anything like that, but you got to diversify a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Don't have him always handling the ball. You know, have him, you know, be more aware of the court and try to pass the ball around and not be so selfish. Because he's going to take a beating now in FIBA, and then in the regular season, his body's going to take a beating. And that's another thing that Tibbs is going to have to fucking kind of like reel back on burning these guys, you know, because it's going to be a long season, especially after this, especially for Hart and Brunson.
But to avoid that is ball movement. And I think that what we're talking about now, the pace of the game, I think the Steve Kerr, as you guys are talking about, him taking a page from what Steve Kerr is doing, where it's a fast-paced run and gun, you know, get the ball out fast, which Tim was talking about that last year. We weren't doing it because they kept giving Randall the ball and he's walking the ball up. They just need to keep it out of Randall's hands, bringing the ball up. It has to be in Brunson's hand. RJ, which is doing phenomenal, bringing the ball up this year in FIBA, which we'll talk about RJ in a second, but RJ's been doing great. I don't think we need to give it to Randall at all. So the fact that Tibbs can see what Steve Kerr is doing is going to be good because, I mean, you got fast-paced ball movement. Even though he does have more shooters and scorer that he can trust him to, that's something that we're going to see now. But
you know, I'm trying to tell you, I think that, you know, given his injury and that he's recovering from surgery after the end of the season, you know, it's only been maybe 3 months, you know, maybe 4 months, 5 months, maybe since he got hurt. Whatever. Yeah, his ankle, whatever it is, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a fracture or broken.
Nah, I think he had a small tear.
So it was a ligament. It wasn't anything like a bone.
Yeah, it wasn't any bone. It was more ligament.
Ligaments. I mean, ligaments heal. You know, you still got to be careful. You know, you got as long as you're stretching and massaging your ligaments. I don't know, but he'll be all right. I don't think it's anything too severe. They probably went in there and cleaned up whatever he tore up. So they probably went in there and cleaned it up. So it probably wasn't anything major. But I think that he's on his foot. He's on his ankle right now, and he's good, and he's getting it in.
Yeah,
he'll be ready for the training camp.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching him. He's definitely been working out, definitely strength training. And if there's anything you know about Randall is that he does not play when it comes to being in shape, being ready. I mean, he came from breaking his leg in a bad way from his
Yeah.
first. You don't want to bring that up,
Yeah.
but even
He's
from that,
very health conscious, and he does try to heal right. He
I
seems to
mean,
come back real, stronger than he did when when he's hurt. But
yeah,
my point is that also that I think that's why I think that Bibbs should utilize RJ more at the four until we can acclimate Randall back in until he's really 100%. I don't think he'll be 100% at training camp, but I think that you just don't want to play with it because it's going to again a long season. He plays long minutes, especially in the first half of the game. He plays the longest minutes, you know. And like last year, remember we were using him in the beginning of the first and second quarters where he was scoring the most. So he goes really hard in the beginning, and I think we kind of like hopefully try should Thibs should try to take it easy with Randall as far as that and utilize RJ more because I think RJ is gonna be ready to back up or play for Randall. I think at some occasion.
and another point too with that you're talking about, Randall can actually feel like he can play less minutes because he doesn't have to look over his shoulder about Obi if they're gonna get rid of him, if they're gonna trade him. Now that Obi's out the picture, he can take that monkey off his back for the most part and just be like, all right, if I need a rest, I don't have to worry about I'm gonna get traded. If this guy's gonna take over for me. So whoever plays for him is just giving him a breather for the most part or a different look for the team. So I think that's gonna help him that he doesn't have to feel like he has to perform or has to play hard or because he, do better than the person that's coming behind him because then he's gonna get traded. So I think that's gonna be a little pressure off his back. I think that gives him a chance to come back fully healthy and strong and then be ready to go. What you thought, you Nick?
Phil, you there?
And you guys
Phil's
forgive me.
offline.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
You sound horrible. You sound like you're reverberating.
Hey, the new Knicks is traveling state to state right now, so you got to give up for the dedication that he's willing to still be on the show.
Sorry, I'm here for moral support.
No, that's fine. You can go in the chat if you can't do it. Just jump in the chat. He's driving from state to state. He's doing his best. He's doing
Be
work.
careful. Be careful. Be careful, Phil.
Yeah, just focus on your
Hey, no, Dwight. You know what else about RJ, guys? Yeah, I'm really excited for him playing FIBA as well, man, because he's just sharpening his skills, building his confidence, getting his jumper in, his threes shot, getting warmed up for training camp.
That's what I had said earlier. I said that you was totally correct on them joining the team, and me and Dwight wanting them to stick with their trainer. So you were correct on that half.
And I think also like for RJ though, the fact that he's not playing with the rest of like Team America, the rest of like I'm talking about with JB and Hart, he's playing with another team with a different squad. You know what I mean? Makes it a little bit more competitive because then eventually we're gonna have to play, and it's it's gonna be more fun that way. I think.
Yeah, back up so you all up in the camera.
It's gonna be more fun. It's gonna be fun for everybody involved all around. Yeah. And I'm rooting for Canada too. I'm rooting for them, even though well, I'm gonna root for the Dominican Republic first.
Absolutely. Hey, but you obviously segued us. But that's good. I mean, RJ Bodman Barrett, Mr. Nine himself. We've been talking about him. We've been talking about his deficiencies last year as far as his shooting very bad from the 3-point line, his lack of finishing. I'm pretty sure sports friend Pronto's gonna jump in here, and that's one thing he really wanted. Machete Mig, you were saying you wanted to be more efficient from the free throw line. People were concerned about his finishing, him driving to the basket, not having good handles. I wanted a mid-range shot for him. So we were asking for a lot for someone who was given 20 points. People are overlooking the fact that he's giving you 20 points a game, which is big in the NBA. And the fact that they wanted more efficiency and more confidence in him. So as we're looking at what we see in him so far in FIBA, which you called it, I wanted him all summer with Drew Hanlon. You said that the experience is going to give him a little more experience, a little more freeway. I think you were correct on that. The fact that he feels a little more free. He's probably the second best player in that whole team. So besides Shea Gilders Alexander, I think we can agree on that. I don't think there's any other players better than them too. Their first game was against Germany, which they lost 86-81. But even in that game, RJ had 12 points. He was 5 for 10 from the field, so he was 50% from the field. And then he was 2 for 4 from three. So even in that first game, he was 50% from the field, which is good. His three-pointers has been looking good in all the games. The game against Germany, and the games that they played were really good. A lot of their games have been really close. The game against Germany was 113-112. That game was really good. If you guys didn't catch it, watch it. RJ Barrett went to work. He had 31 points, 5 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 assist. He scored 11 out of the 17 points in overtime and the fourth quarter. So they were down, they were losing. And those two games that you're looking at, between that one and Spain in overtime, you're seeing a different RJ. The RJ that we saw in the playoffs, that when the game matters, he comes out to play. And that's something that you can't say about a lot of players who score. He is a fourth quarter player, overtime player. He's a dude that takes over in the fourth quarter. So he has that Mamba mentality. So he is that Maple Mamba for real. From what I've been seeing, he comes on in the fourth quarter and he's ready to play. He scored most of the game. He kept them in every game in the fourth quarter, especially with Spain. So in the game against Germany, that was 113-112 that he scored the 31 points. He was 13 for 14 from the field. He was 4 for 4 from the 3-point line. 100%. I'm sorry, 4 for 4 on the free throw line. So Machete, you were talking about you want them to be better at the free throw line. He was 100% from the free throw line.
Yep.
Field, he only missed 1 shot from the field. So, and he scored the last 4 points with 6 seconds left in the clock. And both of those, and the last 2 points he made to tie the game, he drove to the basket with 2 defenders on him and took it off the glass as a layup. So all the things that we've been wanting, and the team and all the fans been talking about it, he showed it in these games. He's hit his free throw shots. He hit his 3-point shots at an effective clip. He was effective and efficient from the field. He was driving in between. He taken on defenders, took it to the basket, and a lot of finishes from the glass. All the things that we've been clamoring for, he's done in these games. What are some of your thoughts that you see when you saw RJ?
Well, RJ was fantastic. I mean, he was just, he's just Bully Barrett, man. I told you, he's getting bigger. I think he's a little bit bigger, a little bit more stronger, a little bit more confident in his size and his weight, the way he throws his body around and going and driving to the basket. I think his shot is definitely going to improve. His free throws have improved, and he's really working on those things and shutting everybody the fuck up. He's really working on that. He carried us through the playoffs. Everybody talks about how bad RJ is, his shooting percentage, but this guy, for his age, is one of those top players. I had the stat, I think I might have sent it to you. For his age, he scored over, I don't have the stat in front of me, but he's broken the record for scoring.
Like Luca, Kobe, LeBron.
Yeah. He's up there
There
with
was
these
a few
names.
players on that list.
Yeah, it was like he's up there top 10. This is a guy who, is durable. He does, other than what happened to his finger and getting, the cold, everybody's
Something.
I'm trying to find it. It's on my chat.
Yeah,
But I just
first player to score like 1,000
Yeah, it was points, assists, and rebounds, and by the age of 22, I think it was, and he was on the list with Wilt, MJ, LeBron,
Yep.
and a couple other players. So it shows his definite skill talent. We just, unfortunately, Knicks fans hold their players with tremendous scrutiny. If they were in other teams, they wouldn't be under the microscope like how we put our players sometimes. Sometimes you just got to let them breathe and let them grow out. He's our number 3 player. The last person we had that high was Ewing. And you're not just going to get rid of that for nothing. and him showing what he can do now, he's our future. So even by the time Jalen Brunson, Randall, who are both 27, and then you got Josh Hart, who I think is 25, 26, or no, I think he's 27 also. So they're in the older range. So they're already older. So by the time they're ready to start phasing out, RJ is going to be in his prime. By the time these guys are either still at the ending of their prime, RJ is going to be just starting his prime. And that's something to say considering he's 23, giving you 20, and he's doing all this. So he's going to be, he's balling, man. I loved his game. I think he's been so far. I mean, obviously people are saying FIBA game is not the NBA, so the defense isn't as up there as it is with the NBA. And I can agree with that, but it's still something to show where he can see his spots, see where he wants to drive, and he's still applying those. So this is just like if he's playing in the Drew League that we were just saying for Mitch to go. So this is against top talent. It's against a lot of other NBA players. So there's still a lot of NBA players in these other teams as well. So it's not like.
Hey, do we talk about Jalen Brunson real quick? I just read something that's I just read something fantastic.
Right.
This guy, man. You know why they picked him to be the point guard? Did you know that in 2015 he won the gold for the USA team in the U19?
Yeah.
I just read that.
2017, was it?
14 points.
Yeah.
He already won them the gold in 2015. What, we still in college or something?
Yeah, Villanova.
So this guy, this guy won what, off the second win with Villanova or off his first win with Villanova?
I think it was the first one, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was the first.
Do you understand what we're talking about here? We're talking about a guy who won twice in college at the college level.
He's about to win.
And a gold already under his belt. And he's the point guard, right?
And he might win a second.
Right. Come on, bro. What else? And you got Ty Lue coaching him. You got Van Gundy. You know, speaking of Van Gundy, I vote for hiring him as assistant coach. I want Van Gundy to be Thibs' assistant coach. I want him on our squad.
I prefer Mark Jackson, but I can see Van Gundy, but Van Gundy, I think
we'll never get Mark Jackson. I don't see Van Gundy coming back to New York anyway. He had a bad taste. But anyway, I'm sidetracking. Yeah. I'm excited about Jalen. I'm very excited about Jalen Brunson. I just read that article how he won the gold for us in 2015.
FYI, if there's anybody who would hire Mark Jackson, it would be Dolan. People could talk a lot of smack.
You think so? I don't know, because if it would have happened already. Why hasn't it happened?
He just got fired, my guy, like 2 weeks ago. The guy's just taking
a shit, man. Come on, he could have left ESPN the same way Steve Kerr did and go coach. He could have came and coached over here. He had the opportunity. He's 86 from the NBA. They don't want him in the NBA.
Which is why I'm saying if there's anyone who would be Dolan. Dolan's.
I'm telling you, in the NBA, for the NBA, he wouldn't play because he's against that community, and we all know who the head of the NBA. You gotta get what I'm saying. So they won't allow him because he doesn't. He could work outside the NBA, but I don't think he could work as a coach for the NBA.
It's a free country. A lot of people can have their say so. And that may be a general consensus. Yeah,
and then when you talk like that and you do have say so, there's consequences. People in power who don't have to deal with you because you have your opinion. It doesn't mean that Mark Jackson is wrong or right, but they don't have to have him there because he doesn't agree. He totally doesn't agree with that lifestyle, and so they're not gonna be all accepting a guy or showing their back in a guy who isn't accepting of a lifestyle. That's just very common even inside the NBA community. You know what I mean? There's people in the NBA community who are like that, and he's going to be coaching them. So it's just awkward. They're not going to have him in the NBA, dog. Just on that alone. That's
still the First Amendment, right? You have the freedom of religion. So.
Right.
And
God bless him.
Speech, and you can say what you want. That's his opinion. Again, we'll digress, and we'll crack that nut another time. But basically, he would. If there's anybody who would, Dolan would do it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Other than that, Jalen Brunson to possibly have 2 gold medals, 2 college championships, and a championship with the New York Knicks. It's gonna happen. Mark it down. Put it down on your calendar. Give us
That's
2.
right, baby.
Back to what you were saying real quick before we get back to RJ's, what you were talking about his leadership. He's a different type of leader. He does have, I think, the fortitude to say it. I think he's humble and smart enough to know that he gave that last year. I'm the new guy. Let me just come in and set the example. Now that he set the example, he's showing his effort, show what he could do. He got his boys backing him. Now this year, that's gonna be a full year. Now he can voice his opinion on what he thinks he needs to do. RJ was at his wedding. Mikal Bridges was at his wedding. We got Dante DiFrancesco. I love saying that. I don't know. And Dante's his best friend. So is Josh Hart. So I think he can definitely voice his opinion. I think he earned Julius Randle's respect. Julius Randle said it right. Am I right, New Knicks?
Yo, it's no time.
He was talking about him in the podcast, P. I think he was talking about Brunson and how he earned his respect and how he plays. I think I heard Randle speaking on that at the podcast, P. So I think he can definitely voice his opinion. He's a leader, and he should. He definitely should. So I think he would voice his opinion on there. I think. Yeah, you were saying? I don't know if you're breaking up. So as far as that,
but and not just with the polishing their leadership skill as far as Jalen Brunson, but also RJ, man. If RJ can feel he can lead the Canadian team to some wins, it would really be encouraging and build his confidence a lot, and he could bring that and him and Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson, bringing that confidence into our squad after playing in the World Tournament. That's what I'm excited about.
I mean, the thing with us, and I think this year should be. You got something to say about that, new Nick? You're on mute. I don't know if you're trying to say something, but you're on mute.
Hey, my bad. I gotta get off. I got work to do.
Do your thing, brother. Do your thing. Peace out. Salute. So even with
My
that,
bad. Salute.
you get. No, so I mean, RJ, there's been a lot of pressure, man. I think there's been a lot of pressure on Randall and RJ. They've been around a long time. Again, I think now that Obi's gone, some of that pressure is going to be released off Randall. When Jalen Brunson came in last year, that released a lot of pressure from Randall feeling like he has to do the whole thing on his own. So I think that's going to help him. I think RJ's confidence and him being efficient, I think all that trade talk and being that he's still on the team, I think that pressure is going to be released. So I see us playing with a lot of confidence. And yes, Johnny Harris,
yeah,
like 5 times. So, and then Johnny Harris says 5% of society is that way. He's a pro God, not anti anyone. He is against fornication as well. I agree. We're a men of God here. We follow the Most High, and we believe in righteousness. Everybody has a decision, so we don't frown upon anybody. So don't frown upon our rights. That's just us. Anyway, so RJ's been playing very good. He balled out against Spain. They came back on overtime. If you guys didn't see that game, Canada versus Spain was an amazing game. It was an overtime game. RJ had 18. He had a lot of great timely shots that he came playing from behind, being down most of the time with Spain. Spain kept hitting big 3-point shots every time Canada was making a run. Spain was hitting timely 3-pointers at that. They just kept going back and forth. And then RJ willed Canada into the game. SGA was off a little bit. He wasn't scoring as much. He was doing pretty good though. But RJ Barrett definitely willed the team to the win. He hit even timely shots in overtime. He was also named Player of the Week in Canada out of all players. So to say that he's been balling is probably an understatement. So he's been playing phenomenal. He's been about 50% for the field, 50% from his 3-pointers. His 3-pointers do look very fluid. His shot looks a little different. It's not a hitch, it actually looks like it's flowing. He looks like he's leaning in a little bit to the shot. But I know they've been working on it. He had been working on that with Drew. But I think the competition with him and SGA, that little 3-point shot that you saw, just motivated him. I think SGA gave him a little bit of confidence and told him, just let him fly, bro. Let him fly. I'm super stoked to see what RJ is bringing. I think he's going to do phenomenal this year. Any thoughts, final thoughts on RJ Machete?
Nah, I mean, really, like I said, man, I really look forward to seeing RJ playing this year. I hope he does well with the Canadians and they get as far as they can. Um, just so it's, it's going to be very competitive. I don't think they're going to be as weak as they were before. It's going to be very competitive. Too bad they don't have Jamal Murray, but I hope that this helps RJ get a whole lot better. It will. I'm very confident in everything he does.
Yeah, this was their fifth
It's going to be
game.
great.
So I think they're ready to go to Manila. So in all the games, I mean, they had the final two besides DR was overtime. So they played a lot. They played with a lot of energy. So I don't know if they conserved them. I didn't get to see the Dominican game, but they took a L. They won. They've taken two losses, so they're 3-2 going into the tournament. And so
That's not bad.
that's not bad. I mean, Germany's a good team. Germany, I don't know if they got caught sleeping. That was the first game they were playing together, but Germany was playing, man. Germany was balling.
Yeah,
And they got
but
Franz Wagner, who's in the Orlando Magic, and Franz Wagner is legit. He is gonna be a stud. I'm in Orlando, so I watch him play. Franz Wagner is good. Germany got a very good team. Franz is up there. He's gonna be a baller. You guys, you don't know who he is. You're gonna know about him next year. Don't sleep on Orlando. Orlando's gonna surprise some people this year. When they played New Zealand, that was a body bag for them that got them in gear for Canada. The game again, they played Germany again, and Germany took them. Germany took them. They lost to Germany again by one. So Germany got a very, very good team. And RJ and Franz Wagner, when they play each other, even Knicks versus Orlando, watch for that matchup. Franz Wagner, they play good against each other. They got
yeah.
now. They battled it out when they're playing. So you're gonna see the game Franz Wagner versus RJ. If you look at last year's game, look at some of the last year's game at Orlando. I was there last year. Me and Raw Hebrew and the fam went out there. They were battling, man. They were going at it. So it's going to be really good. The game against Spain, they look good. So I think we got one more game for USA, right? Right, Machete? I think
Okay, so we played Greece. I think we got one more game. I can't remember who it is we're playing. I think it's Iran or some shit. Damn, I had the schedule. Hang on, let me look at it. I'm looking for it.
I think you're right as Iran, but double check on that there. So Canada's looking good. They got a good squad. The teams that they've been playing have been playing them straight up because they got Kelly Olynyk. They got a good team, and Jamal Murray's not playing. He's gone. He's not going to play in the series because of they're trying to rest him, avoid injury from Denver. So he's not going to play. So Murray was going to play, but he no longer is playing for Team
Yeah.
Canada. So he's not playing out there. We got one more game, and then we go to Manila.
Yeah, hang on. I'm almost there. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to after this last game, we go to Manila, and then the tournament starts. So that's when the real games are gonna be legit. I think that starts in about a week. Next Saturday, I think we got one game. I think USA plays tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so we're 4-0 in the tune-up ahead of the FIBA World Cup,
I think
and
we play tomorrow.
Anthony Edwards scored 21 points. Cam Johnson added 13. The U.S. never trailed. We won 108-86 over Greece. Austin Reeves and Jared Jackson Jr. each had 11 for the U.S. and improved. We improved to 5-0. Then we're flying to the Philippines next week to start the World Cup play.
Yeah,
I think that was it.
Yeah, in the World Cup, Saturday, August 26th, we play New Zealand at 8:40 a.m. Wow, because I guess it's playing international time. So first game is going to be against New Zealand at 8:40 a.m. on Saturday, August 26th. Then on August 28th, which is a Monday, we play against Greece at 8:40 a.m. And then Wednesday, August 30th, we play Jordan at 4:40 a.m. Ooh, Lord.
Hold on. It says that it's a 5 exhibition game, but we've played 4 games because we went 4-0. We beat Puerto Rico 117-74. Then we beat the Slovenia 92-62. Then we played Spain and we beat them 98-88. And then we played Greece 108-86. Oh, so then the other game is Sunday in Germany. There's a game in Sunday, August 20th.
Yeah, that's a Sunday. That's this Sunday.
That's this Sunday. There's a game. That's what I'm talking about. So
That's
there
what.
is another game Sunday. It says Germany.
That's
You
gonna be a
just
tough
say
game.
Germany.
That's gonna be a tough game for them.
The Team USA will play the first of 3 World Cup group games in the Philippines against the New Zealand on the 26th, followed by Greece on the 28th and Jordan on the 30th.
Yeah. So, yeah. So that's what I was saying. So yeah. So the last exhibition game is Sunday. So this Sunday is the
So
last.
are we playing? We're playing against Greece again. Germany rather.
We're playing Germany as a final exhibition game, which is going to be a tough game. So it really doesn't
Yeah.
count as much. But that exhibition game is going to be good to get them ready. They should
Right.
be New Zealand. They should be Greece, and they should be Jordan. So those 3 games should be.
Well, let's see. We'll see. Let's
Not
not
counting them out. I'm not counting them out because Greece.
can't talk chickens. Chickens.
We should skill wise. We should. I'm not saying they will because they are. Everybody's out there to play.
Germany, no, they got a feisty squad. They still got Schroeder on there, and they
Germany's a
got a couple
different
good
story.
guys in there.
Germany
They're still pretty good. They're not as physical as the American team, but still they're good shooters on that squad, and they're pretty feisty. They're one of the
Germany gave
feistiest teams.
Germany gave Canada the business, man. They beat them up the first game and they took them by 1 point.
Yeah.
By 1 point, 113 and
Yeah.
112.
Except they were going up against bad boy Broadway Barrett.
Broadway said, "Minna deal with that. Minna deal."
Yeah.
Hey, Barrett let him know. So I'm stoked about Barrett. I'm loving what he's bringing to the game. I think he's gonna tell people, sit down.
Word.
Sit down.
This is gonna be his year. Watch.
Yep. Listen, the bandwagon has left. It's on the road. No jumping on the bandwagon. Oh, I was really for RJ.
That's right.
I was. You're gonna see everybody try to jump back on. All the haters. If you guys are not cheering for,
We got to. We'll give it. Can we give him till training camp?
He's gonna do well. He's gonna ball. I think when he comes back, he's gonna go back with Drew.
I'm saying when the band before the bandwagon leaves, give it till training camp, buddy.
We should give him to training camp
Before we roll out, give him till training camp.
All right, so we'll listen. When we start talking about the season early, we'll see if any naysayers maybe change their mind and
Yeah.
So listen, summer therapy. If you're not, you're frustrated with your team or you're mad, and look at RJ. Everybody, whoever's been talking bad about RJ, just is this something? Is this nothing? Or is this everything? Let me know. If you are against RJ, you say RJ, this is a small sample size. I'm not really. This is not enough for me to judge. If you're all emotional, I gotta hear it. I want to see it. Let me know, because you guys are.
Shouts out to Johnny Harris on the chat.
Salute my guy.
He says fire Thibs.
Over and over. That's his record. That's his super chant. Hey, listen. Hey, hold on. Has Miami gotten Dame? Oh no, you haven't got Dame. Yeah, no. You guys are like this. Come on, Dame. Y'all don't get Dame. Dunzo for you guys.
Hey, so what happens if they don't get a point guard? Who's their backup? Who was their backup point guard?
Nobody. Because they lost everybody. They lost half their team, and then they're praying for Damian Lillard. You need.
Yo, they still got Lowry over there, no?
No, y'all could go for James Harden. Get James Harden. That's
there you go. You would love to go out there.
Anyway, Miami, I'm still hurt. All right, well, we'll cut this short here. Super stoked for Brunson. Are you liking what you're seeing with Brunson?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right, so we're
hit the like button if you like what you see with Brunson and RJ.
Comment, let us know what you like. We appreciate people even like my brother Johnny Harris, who just lets us know every year, every show, to fire tips. Whatever you got, whatever comment you like, you dislike, anything in a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you feel like doing, you can do it. We appreciate you guys joining us. Salute. We're a little excited. We still got games to go, so we're just seeing from what we talked about before, what we thought they could improve. Jalen Brunson and RJ Barrett. I said
But
RJ Barrett.
but Dwight, but what about the other players? What about IQ and Deuce and Sims
We're gonna get
and iHeart? What about we never talk about those guys, man. I mean, they're what are they resting? You think they're getting ready?
we're the only reason we're going with what's going on right now. That's the only reason we haven't really brought it up because right now
Okay.
FIBA's what's hot. FIBA's the hot.
Everybody's chilling on vacation.
I mean, listen, I've been watching IQ. He took a hell of a vacation. IQ, hey, he's a follower of the Most High, but he took a hell of a vacation. He
IQ,
was gone for like
IQ looks like he's Quigley looks like he's getting it in, man.
doing work, bro. But he took his vacation was crazy. Shouts out to IQ. That was
I wouldn't be surprised if he's out there working with Randall.
He was all over Europe.
Randall got him out there working out.
He was in UM, so he was in Miami. He's in the 305. He was in the Hurricanes training. I think he's still down in the 305.
Oh yeah.
I think he's still in the 305. He was putting in that work. He looks a little slow. I think he's been lifting some weights. His shoulders look a little stronger. He's been putting in that work. I think he knows that bag is right around the corner. He knows he can't just settle and get happy. He needs to put in that work. You got that 6-man possible.
He might not. I don't think he's gonna be as fast because he's gonna be a little bit bulkier, a little bit more muscle mass. I don't see him moving as fast up and down the court. Because he might have put on a little bit more size. I think the same thing with RJ. I think RJ is gonna be a little bit. I'm telling you, he's pushed 6'8". He's already at 6'7".
He looks big. I was wanting him to lose some weight, but he looks taller and stronger, bigger, bulkier. He looks big.
Hey, you know who else? You know who else looked really strong and fit was Luka, man. Luka looks in great shape.
But he needed to. He looked like he was a cheeseburger away from being out the league. I mean,
he looks slim and muscular. He's gonna be a problem, and then he's gonna have another year with Kyrie. I think they're gonna be a problem.
Listen,
I think all the
they need to be. You know why? So we can get that 11th pick. That's what we need to be. That 11th.
Yeah.
Pick.
I think they don't care at this point. I think that they're gonna get some wins in there. Cuban got what he wanted. He's got the two big names, the two of the biggest names in the NBA. So he's got ass in the seats, and then we'll see how that works out. It's gonna work real well for him. So I think that what he went through last year with us and all that bullshit is gonna pay off for him in the long run. This coming season, and that they'll be winning games, and we'll get that pick.
Now,
And everybody happy. In the end, everybody happy.
If we don't get that pick, it's going to be a bullshit. A bullshit. You ever seen that meme? That's what I think. A bullshit. That's going to be a bullshit. That's what's going to be if we don't get that pick. I'm like, a bullshit.
You need that from it wasn't in Living Color. It was Matt TV.
A bullshit. Yeah, so we should
be Korean lady from Matt TV.
We're gonna be getting our picks. We're looking good. We're looking good. Knicks are
what's it gonna be?
Hey, he's already losing it. We're losing him. We're losing. Yeah, we appreciate you guys. We're gonna chat and get back on Sunday. We were like wilding out. We appreciate you guys.
We'll try to sound a little bit more organized next time. Dwight, Phil, be careful out there, Phil. Drive safe, bro.
We're not like everybody else. We party and bush. We
bullshit.
Guys, we just be our organic selves. This is who we are. This is how we are. This is how we vibe. This is how we talk. Hopefully you like it, but we just do it. This is what we do. This is what we do. We're in the phone, on our WhatsApp, our chats. This is how we talk. So sometimes it may not be like what you see, like a suit and tie, ESPN.
Hey. You know what I was gonna tell you? You know what I was gonna tell you and Phil yesterday? So my friend Jason, shouts out to Jason Harley out there, had tickets to go to the concert out here at the Fox Trap in Virginia to go see the 50th anniversary of hip hop. And we got to go see Roxanne Shante, MC Light. Shouts out to Rakim, KRS-One, put a performance. Dougie Fresh,
you were there?
Slick Rick the Ruler. It was live. That shit was mad live, dude. It was. I'm still in disbelief, man.
So we are a hip hop family here. Listen,
everybody go out there to those concerts there in your city. Check them out. You're talking about a great show.
Support the legends, legendary.
The legends for real, man.
So we've been dying to put a program on with that. So if you guys are hip hop heads, let us know in the chat. Put a comment on this video if you're watching. If you like hip hop, if you love, now you can't like it. You can't just like it. You have to
love hip hop.
If you love hip hop, put a comment. Love hip hop. I love hip hop. Put that down. I love hip hop. And if you love hip hop, put whoever your artist that you like. Who's a favorite group that you like? What year? What era? Put it down. Whether it's, there's 50 years, so there's plenty of talent, phases, years, decades. There's plenty of places that you can put a team, a person, a decade, an era, whatever. Let us know. But we appreciate you, the organic.
Let's celebrate 50 years of hip hop with 50 years since we won a championship with a championship.
Big facts.
Let's go.
On the 50. Can I close the show now?
New York. Let's go.
You got anything else to bring up so I can close this?
Let's go, New York.
Okay, so
Let's go, New York.
Let's
go, FIBA.
Let's go, Jalen Brunson. Let's go, Team Canada. We love Canada. We only RJ. That's Jay. You cool.
Team Dominican Republic. Let's go.
Hey, DR got that win today. República Dominicana.
Dale huevo.
Ganamos. Le dimos esa pela a Canada. Yo, salute Dominican Republic. Appreciate your great win. And on that note, people.
Peace.
My
love.
Domingo. Sunday.